Well, Jennifer Aniston had an interview today that was quite interesting. She was talking to Harry Smith of The Early Show. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I saw this headline, but I didn't see what happened with it.
It's hilarious. I know Jennifer Aniston has been in the news, and most of the stories have been boring, but this is not boring. Apparently, Harry Smith has a gigantic high school boy crush on her.
Oh,
And
cool.
instead of talking to her about her new movie, Marley and Me, he ends up making her feel very uncomfortable.
Oh, really?
Oh, I
Very.
love this stuff.
Oh, well, he was like,
Totally like perv.
oh, yeah, gotcha.
Perv
Okay.
like.
That's what I was trying to say, yeah.
Very freaky. So let's watch the video and we'll talk about it.
Jennifer Aniston is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
There's some questions I have to ask, not the least of which, this lands on my desk the other day.
Landed.
Well, it
outer
sure did.
space.
Ka-thunk. Yeah. You take a pretty good picture.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And how old are
Ooh,
you?
that is creepy. It's her topless shot. For people.
What?
I know it's not a polite question.
Sorry?
Right?
Is it polite? I don't know. I'm 39 years old.
Yeah.
Yes, how old she is.
You wear it well.
Thank you.
And I also have a present for you.
What is
Right. Try,
Oh.
You could try it with a bow tie.
Oh,
A
wait
smaller
minute.
bow tie for her to take a picture
I don't
with.
know about that, people. We're going to have to get into some yoga positions for that.
Oh, gosh. All right. Here's my question, though. How do you stay in shape?
Well,
Because how many hours of yoga a day?
I do, well, not hours. Can you imagine 8 hours a day? I'm going right from here to do yoga.
Yeah.
No, I do, usually it's not every day. I do it like every other day, and I usually do some sort of a run before,
Yeah.
and then about
Because you want to get that deep Ujjayi breathing going.
Yeah.
Before you
Look
get
where his
the
hands are.
fire, the breath of fire.
fire.
Yeah.
Because I got to, before I calm down. If
Yeah.
I'm going to work out, I have to have it mean something.
Yeah. There you go.
Uncomfortable
So
laugh.
every magazine stand in the country now, you walk by, and I see plenty of pictures of you. Take me inside your life for just a second. When
bet.
you walk by and you look and you see those magazines,
Look at her face.
It's funny. I mean, I honestly see it as a different person. It's just, well, because the headlines are just outrageous, so you usually get a kick out of that. But you just gotta go. You try to walk past it as fast as you possibly can. Honestly, yeah.
Part of the job.
Part of that, I don't know what that part of the. I mean, I didn't learn that one in school, but that came with the job. But but it's sort of
Yeah. I get this sense, having read all the magazine articles, looking at these pictures of you, and it's like this is Jennifer Aniston time. Is that what it is? Yeah.
It's my time. I feel just really. I mean, I just feel like, every woman that's ever said, or man that said it just gets better.
Yeah.
I just agree.
Yeah.
I just wish we could have known. It's that thing. You just don't know as much as you know in your 20s, as you do in your 30s, as you do when you are.
Did you ever see The Natural? Robert Redford, right?
It was so long ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's a line in The Natural written. It was based on a novel by Bernard Malamud, and it said that we live two lives: one we learn with, and the other we live with.
That's right.
So you may be in the live with.
I'm
line.
starting to live.
All right, baby.
Good.
You look great.
Thank you.
I guess it
You're so cute.
bears mentioning. Jennifer Aniston, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm blushing. Here's Maggie.
One last question, Jennifer. When I was watching you through that long-range sniper scope the other night at 11:30,
So
case.
freaky.
It was strange because it wasn't like full-blown perv, like, oh my God, I took you to GQ into the bathroom or anything like that, but it was like weird, awkward questions.
It was so weird. And when he
I
took
gotta
out
say that stuff with the cover, is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, the
that
cover.
was borderline perv.
That
to me.
was perv, and what really got to me, what would freak me out, is if I'm interviewing with someone, I'm supposed to interview to promote my new movie, and he pulls out that cover where I'm just wearing a little tie, and then takes out like a little bow tie and says, you should take another picture just wearing this. Like, who are you? You're supposed to ask me questions about my movie, not be a perv,
No, I hear you, but also like the live with and learn with, like none of the questions were actually questions.
Right.
They were just kind of floating out there, like, what am I supposed to say to this guy?
No, the whole thing was like a bar pickup thing. Hey, baby, you know what Bernard Malamud used to say? It's like,
yeah,
that's not an interview. That's hitting on somebody,
Right. Now, normally,
Believe me, I've done both.
right. Now, normally I like interviews where you're hitting on somebody. At least it's interesting and different. And, well, that was different and I enjoyed it. But that was a bit,
Look at her face. She's like,
a bit too much. And, look, you got to give her credit because a lot of stars would pull some sort of bitchy move there. But even though she was like, I don't know where this guy's coming from, because none of us did, she at least tolerated it and played along as best as she could.
I think that she should have said, okay, well, do you want to talk about the movie that I'm in, because I'm not here to get hit on.
Right. Finally, my favorite part was when he was like, looking through all these magazines and reading the articles and looking at the pictures.
Which I've been doing obsessively and taping them to my basement wall for 4 years now.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I got you. I see you. Now, let it go a little bit.
Yeah. It was creepy.
Yeah.